All right, Robert Drury back again on my quest to get to 2200. I'm currently at 2091, and let's see if we can get a game. Okay, my opponent looks like I've played him 4 times, 3 wins, 1 loss. He is 2078, and let's start with our Owens defense. Okay, looks like we're going to be able to get a pretty standard Hippo. The bishop over here, I don't know about that. It could be a little bit misplaced. This bishop coming in allows me to hit it twice. Put my bishop here, and basically I get a tempo. So right now, he's kind of misplaced. This allows me to push over here. Knight's coming, knight's coming. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, let's do this. And the knight's coming around. He could drop this. I don't know if it does any good to drop it back. Okay. Let's hit it again. If he comes in here, we'll hit it again. Do we need to? Okay, so he's deciding right now. Does he give up the bishop pair? I don't know. He might be looking at, I get up bishop pair, my bishop is bad, but I can always pop my bishop back down to this diagonal because we are attacking on the king side. All right, now we're going to push this bishop out. He goes back. All right, we're pushing him out. All right, let's go ahead and play this first. I figured that was coming. All right, we'll do this. He takes, I take. And then he takes here, I take. And we're getting a little, all right, so now push. Let's push them out. He's not going to, he wouldn't do that. All right, let's do this. And we are getting a little bit on the dicey side of things. All right, so let's do that. All right, let's go ahead. I mean, if he wants to push in here, I mean, that's fine. I see what he's going to do. He's all right. Let's do this. We're going to pin this. We'll pin it. And I could just take it off the board right now, double these up. And I think I will do that. And we won't castle just yet. I can actually castle this way. All right, so right. Let's come around here, and we're gonna target that pawn, and I wouldn't think that he would push. And bishop comes back, protects here. He's going to castle long. All right, what's he going to do? Let's go back. He's going to castle long. we may end up pushing here. He's got the bishop pair. Okay. Do this. And we're just trying to create some issues for him. Okay, we'll come in here. All right, I've got this protected. So now I'm going to castle. And I may even push at this point. This is tacked twice. All right, so he's left this pawn. He's left this pawn open. All right, so we will take, because now we're hitting him and we're hitting and he resigned. Okay, that was a quick one. And let's do a quick game analysis. Okay, game review. All right, neither one of us played particularly great. I've had 3 misses. But let's go back and take a look at the actual game. All right, that puts me at 29-9. He plays e-pawn. And I'm going in Owen's defense. And the reason this is the same reason I start the white side with the b-pawn is I'm just trying to give him something that he's probably less likely to see very much, and also I would assume I'm more familiar with the positions. All right, so he brings his knight around, bishop comes up, and he's protecting the pawn, and we will just continue d6. And like I said before, whenever they push the e-pawn, I will push the d-pawn. If they push the d-pawn first, then I will push the e-pawn. And it's just basically to keep them from pushing down the board. Now, there are times when they can push down the board and it causes me trouble, but in this situation, it doesn't. Okay, let's see. And already, the engine just totally likes white's position there. I mean, the engine figures your tempo up and you got the center. It's almost worth the full pawn. The bishop move, I feel, is a bit of a mistake. It's kind of offsides on this side of the board. And if I can get the center closed, then the attack will come on the king side. All right, so I bring my knight around, and he's going to hit my queen, and we'll just block, and he pushes. Now this right here, the engine actually likes e takes. I don't really like to open things up, especially with this bishop bearing down and my king in the middle. So I just go ahead with a Hippo type setup and block the center. This bishop comes down, and we're just going to ask it what it's doing. He drops back. All right, so now the bishop is actually better here, but he did lose a few tempos. So continue with my Hippo, pushing him out. He drops back, and now my bishop up first. I could have went ahead and went knight to g6 too. He brings his pawn down, and I suppose that's a reason for, if I play the knight first and this pawn move is, I don't know, it's a little bit different because we can exchange some pieces off. All right, so I bring my bishop up, and now he plays the pawn, and I just bring my knight around, and I'm thinking, if he takes here, I'll just plop in here, and if he takes, we'll take, and we'll get some pieces off the board. He did not, and he's just hitting it again. So now I just push g4, and let's see, g4, and yes, h5. I was wanting to make sure I had that right. I was thinking surely there wasn't any other move, but that was the move. He drops back. I bring my queen up because now I can castle on either side of the board. All right, he brings his knight down, And right, he's planning on coming in here. I don't like that. I'm just gonna pin him. And now, if he breaks the pin, I can win the knight, and I will double his pawns. And that takes place, and there we are. However, the engine still likes white. Not sure what the engine's problem is with the Hippo, but it definitely does not like it. I bring my knight up, and here I was wondering, all right, do I bring my knight to f6 or do I bring it to c5? And actually, you have the choices here where I could castle, I could play knight to c5, and more castle runner again, and or bishop to c8. So apparently, if I brought it here, it just, I mean, it's hitting this pawn, but it's hitting this pawn, but I don't know. If I bring it here, it's hitting this pawn, keeping the knight from moving over here. All right, so bring my knight around. He brings his queen, and I bring my, let's see, what is the best moves here? Actually, castle. The engine says castle, castle. Bishop to c8 is down second on the list, though. Bishop to c8. He brings his bishop around, and just play b5. Make that bishop make a decision. And it drops back. And now, actually, b4 can actually win this. Actually, b4. b4 is way better than what I played, because bishop to b4 automatically wins a piece because of the fork. All right, I brought my bishop up, and he's like, all right, now it's no longer on the table. I castle, and he did it for me. He just dropped, and he missed. He just forgot that he's had to defend this. And I take, and he resigned because if he saves the queen, the bishop falls, and if he saves the rook, we get the other bishop off the board, and we'll just be simplifying at that point. All right, but with that, I will see you on the next video.